sons? Who are sons? Just children.
Love
Ooh.
won't hurt anymore. Let it flow. I don't know the word. It floats back to you.
You know I won't make up a song.
That's the Love Boat, baby.
I know it's a Love Boat, but the Love Boat, you sung it and it sank.
Love.
But I can't say anything because I'm not.
I got that first note. I think I got the first note.
No, you hit that note.
I got the first note.
But you sound good though.
Love.
You got that bass. That bass.
Yeah, I got the
boom, 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 boom. What's up, y'all? Harriet, what's going on? How you doing? Valanda said, I love you. Nakia, what's going on? How's Les? What's going on with you? Octavia. Let us know where you guys are logging in from. God bless you all. Keisha Walton is on here. Katriva is on here. She said, hey, y'all. Bridget E. Brown is on here. Simone Jackson. Tabitha, let me know where you guys are logging in from. Janika? Okay, Janika. Okay. Carrie Savage. I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Acting, stupid. What's happening?
I think you got it close. We gonna get it.
As more as I'm gonna get it. That's
Come
right.
on,
Cornelia Payne is on here. What's
Ruth
going
Anthony.
on? Someone said,
Hello.
look at Hunter glowing. Hey, Ruth Anthony. Yep, that was Hunter. He is grown up now.
Yeah.
God bless you all. Someone said, good
Rolanda.
evening. God bless you. We want to know where you guys are logging on. Tell someone that's coupling. We're doing it now. Eddie Shaw. Eddie.
Get to work.
I was trying to think about the color, but
Blue, baby.
Your brother said it. He said it. Atlanta, Georgia is on here. Philadelphia is on here. What's up, Philly? How you doing? God bless you all. I want to know where you guys are logging in from. Hello, everybody. Keisha Finlater. Keisha F.
Yep.
That's right. I'm tapping in from North Carolina. We know that, Eddie. Timberland is on here. Look at the gatekeepers going up the timeline. God bless you all.
Inshallah.
Minnesota is on here. Where are you guys logging in from? Charlotte Hall. Need to know where you're coming in from. God bless you. I want you guys to click, tag, and share. Brooklyn. Hey.
Brooklyn's in the house. Georgia is in the house.
Georgia, have a watch party. It's getting ready to go down. Someone said, hey, to the realest pastors. Hi, I'm from Lansing, Michigan. God bless you all. Loving the church. You like our church? It's the prophetic number.
7.
That's what it is. It's the prophetic number of miracle signs and wonders in this ministry. South Carolina is on here. God bless you. ATL.
CCM.
Yep. We got our CCM hats. God bless you all. Georgia is in the house. Atlantic City. Memphis. The good barbecue place. Iris is on here. God bless you all. Everyone under the sound of the house. Daytona.
Oh, that's Dayton.
Dayton? Okay.
Oh, Dayton, Ohio.
California.
Dayton family.
That's right. California is going up the timeline. God bless you all. Someone is from Massachusetts. Is on here. South Carolina. God bless you all. We know Paradise Bay. We thank God for all that you do. She is on here. Hello to her husband and her family. Hey, fam. God bless you, CCM family. Texas is going up the timeline. Let's go. All right. So this is the deal. We're getting ready to have a dialogue. And so the dialogue that we're going to have is what, sweetheart?
The dialogue is risky business.
Risky business. Risky business. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. And to our sons who are in the kitchen making noise. Quiet on the set!
Sorry. Quiet on the set.
Yeah, we got a house full of testosterone.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a house full of testosterone.
Toilet seats are up.
Every toilet. Why is it that the toilet seat has to stay up? And you know, the funny thing about having a house full of men is Dylan and I, we squad. It's never a problem. But you can't tell me that y'all miss every time. Every time. And then tell me that ain't us.
It ain't me.
So I need someone said, "Where's my watch party button?" So all you single ladies, y'all needs to come to my house because it's testosterone. Wait, hold on, not this one.
I'm finna say it.
Hold on,
not segment of the message.
This is not a segment of the message. I'm talking about these 26-year-olds running around here. is available. Amen?
Amen.
Glory to God.
Glory to God.
You know what Dwan God says? God says, he's 26 and single. So we get ready to talk to you guys about risky business. Audrey Davis said, I'm on it. She said, I'm going to make my way to your house now. Risky business. Why did we choose this topic, Fred?
We chose this topic because when you go into relationships, you have to make a choice, because some relationships you go into, there could be a risk because one person, whether the man or the woman, could have some sort of instability.
Right. So the risk, so with everybody in our inbox, and even people ask, you know, how did you and Fred get together? They have to understand that you take a risk. And there's a risk factor in anything that you do. And so when you say risky business, it means that no matter what type of business it is, whether it's relationship or not, there's always a risk factor. There's a risk associated to whatever it is that you get ready to get involved with. Now, this is the $1 million question. Is it worth it? Now, give us an example in your mind. What are some of the risks that you take when you get involved with anything, no matter what it is?
Well, I guess I would like to use relationships when you get involved with a person that doesn't have a prescribed depression.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But they do deal with a depression. And I got that from my daughter, actually, because I'm just using that by examples. You know, someone that potentially wanted to start a relationship, but the person kind of right off the bat shown signs of depression. Risky business.
Right. So you're talking about, you know, of course, Dylan, you know, we were having a conversation and she was conversing with this guy. And what she said was, Mom, I couldn't get involved.
Yep.
And she said, I couldn't get involved because when we begin to have a conversation or we begin to converse, she said, I saw something happening to my personality. She said, I'm a very happy person, but every time I got on the phone with him, he was telling me about all his problems. And she said, from the door, without me even getting the information, if I wanted to continue something, she said, it began to mess with my happy. And she said, what happened is she began to take on certain dispositions and characteristics that she said, I am not signing up for this. And some people have to understand, Russell said it, undiagnosed mental disability.
I can write that.
That's right. Some people have to take note, especially my single people, that when you are dating, I'm going to say something that you never thought of, but I'm going to give you something bing to think about. Have you ever thought about when you are dating? We know the red flags, but some of the red flags could be mental instability and depression. You never thought about that. Sarah smiles. Hi, baby. How you guys doing? You good? So understand that you could get involved with someone and you didn't even know that they suffer from depression.
Because in our community,
they tell you don't talk about it. They tell you don't get help. I'm saying we're pastors. We say you have to get help. But have you ever thought about you getting involved with someone? Watch this. And they suffer from depression. That's risky business because it means that you can lose some of yourself trying to save them. I'm going to say it again. You can lose some of yourself trying to save them.
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself this question. The question is, are you looking for an asset or are you looking for a liability?
Ooh.
Someone said, ooh, that's true.
And I think that you probably gonna say you're looking for an asset. But this is the thing. Sometimes a liability knows how to disguise themselves as an asset. So the question would also be, are you looking close enough?
Okay. So let's talk about some risky business warning shots.
Okay.
if you're dating or if you're involved with someone, and I want to really speak to my single ladies and single gentlemen, because February 5th we're going to be talking about singles and singles in ministry. So I hope you guys can tune in.
Next
That's going to
Friday,
be live for
February
everybody.
5th.
It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be recorded live. But I want to speak to the singles specifically, because in the world of dating, you have to look for something suitable. I think that what happens is, especially women, and I'm going to slow down and close my eyes so I can process this. What happens with women in dating, we are biologically nurturers. We find ourselves being connected to people who need nurturing. What happens is we don't see those red flags because we take our nurturing as a sense of, I can fix that.
Yeah.
Or I can help them get better.
Yeah.
And you sign up for something that you were not designed to handle, which means you raise your children, which simply means that if you get involved with someone that needs more nurturing than you can give, then you put yourself in a position to be depleted. And if you're not careful, you could get involved with someone, watch this, and you could feel sorry for them. And that is a risk you cannot afford to make or take. It is a risk that you cannot afford to take. In dating, you have to be careful if you find someone and they're always laying their burdens down.
From the door.
From the door. And that's what Dylan said. Dylan was like, he started telling me all his problems, and then he said this and that. If you decide that you love this person enough to go with them through the process of healthy sobriety, healthy mental sobriety, which means get you to a better place than where you are now, you've got to be ready for that fight, because that is a fight that will drain the hell out of you and possibly put you in a position that you won't be able to handle. The red flags, you must be very careful, because the red flags could be, I'm sharing more of my problems than listening to your good day. Gosh, I'm sharing more of my problems than listening to your good day.
And what are those problems?
Yeah. And so watch this. If you find someone who has problem after problem after problem from the door, a problem from the gate, problem after problem after problem, I have a question for you. Why did you take a risk in getting involved with that? I'll wait. I'm reading the comments.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, baby.
I think, and just adding to what my wife said about once you see problem after problem after problem after problem, once you get those type of signs, what you need to hear is this person has a problem processing. So stuff keep piling on, but even because we will never be without problems. I don't care where you get at. I don't care how high you get. I don't care if you get everything in the world. We will always have problems. But when you get involved with a person that does not know how to process problems,
Right.
that's when it becomes a burden. Because then you have to try to help that person process every problem that comes. And at some point, you will do it so much to when your problems come, you won't even be able to handle your own.
Yeah. You'll be irrelevant to yourself.
You'll be irrelevant to yourself. Now, one thing I can say about my wife, she is a nurturer.
Amen.
She is a nurturer to the point that if something goes wrong, I don't even want to say nothing. And I try not to, but she can read me too well. But I don't try to say it because I'm like, baby, I don't want you to handle it.
Okay.
You know, I want to take care of it. But, and this is a lot of you ladies, and I said that because sometimes even if you can see it, if they don't say it, if they're trying to work through it, give them a chance to work through it. I think sometimes we can try to jump on something and fix something too quick without letting the person try to fix it themselves. And a lot of times, if you potentially have somebody that may be an asset, because this is what we don't want to mix up. Because somebody could be dating somebody that has, you done came into it, and you're seeing these signs, but they're really not a liability. You just caught them in the bad time of their life. If it seems like they're trying to work those things out and it happen to become a weight for you, then you still have something that you can work with. It's only when I got problem after problem after problem, weight after weight after weight, and I need you to figure it out for me.
So 3 things went up the timeline. One girl, Corinne, said, I thought he would change.
Wow. That's good.
That's called risky business.
Yeah. How long, Corinne?
You took a risk. The risk is, I thought he would change. I got involved anyway with the auspice of thinking that he might change. That's a risk. So she said that. Another woman went up the timeline and answered your question, but you didn't get it because I see it.
Okay.
She said, I thought he would change. Rolanda Amaka, Corinne said, I thought he would change. Rolanda Amaka said, that's exhausting. When you're with someone and you think they could change and they never do change, you have to check your own pulse. Are you exhausted? Because if you're exhausted, it means he is depleting you to the point where you have nothing left and you realize this is too exhausting for me.
Yeah.
I realize because I'm so tired that you're not going to change. Now I've got to do something.
Yeah.
So you said, I thought he would change. Well, you saw he wasn't going to change.
You saw he wasn't
So
gonna
now
change.
it becomes, what do I do to save myself? Because I realize he's not going to save me, but I'm not putting myself in a position to save myself. So we both going to drown.
Yeah.
Somebody got to make a hard call here, because when a person drains you to the point where they don't look at you and see that you're being drained too, it really is selfish.
I don't even care.
Right. I don't care enough to change.
And 9 times out of 10, there's a pattern there with that type of person.
Yeah, it's draining.
When you meet a person like that right there, when you begin to meet their family members, when you meet their children, the family members, the children will tell you everything about that person without uttering a word.
Right.
If you're paying attention.
Yeah. And another woman went up the timeline and she said, how did you and Fred take that risk after going through what you just went through?
That's good.
Now, I'm glad you asked me that question.
I didn't want to miss this. I want to answer that, but I want to say something before we go there.
Sure.
So we want to hold that question, but what I wanted to say about the ones that said, I thought it would change. I want to say something to you ladies and men that are in situations where you agree with the statement, I thought they would change. Hope, and I want you to hear this. There's a good side of hope, as in hope becomes faith.
Right.
You know, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That hope is going somewhere, creating something, building something. Then there's that part of hope when we put hope becomes a drug. Right. And it becomes a drug that holds us. That adrenaline because rush. we get endorphins, we get an adrenaline rush, we get dopamine. That's the word I was looking for.
Right.
Dopamine, kind of induced inside, like releasing of a drug in the inside of us, and we keep thinking things gonna change, but it ain't changing. It's a dangerous type of hope that holds us, and some people are held by this hope for years with the wrong person because your hope is misplaced. And what I'm saying is, make sure your hope is not misplaced. At some point, check the record, check the evidence. The one thing that I never held for my wife, and I've always kept in front, check my record. I think in any relationship, you should be able to have a resume of who you were before. And some people say, well, I don't want them to know who I was before because I did something shady, this, that, and the other. You got to deal with that. But I think if the resume that a person has, or they don't want to come in with one, then you really shouldn't put that much hope inside of a person that didn't give you history.
But I think, I want you guys to have a watch party because we're going to go a little bit deeper. I think what people are not saying is not hope so much. I agree. But I think people look at what they have invested.
That's good.
Now, remember the topic is risky business.
Yes.
I think when you have invested time, so you look at tenure. I've been with this person for a long time. I don't want to start all over again. Well, you might as well, because you done gave them the best years of your life. When you look at even some people who have purchased homes with people or started businesses or even children, It's the investment that you got to look at. Is why, knowing that this person did not have the potential to change or cared enough for you to change, did you invest more years than what you were supposed to give? That means if you're in it for a certain amount of years and you see that this person does not have the ability to change because they don't want to, but watch this. You also could have programmed them to not ever change.
Yes, Lord.
I'm going to say this. It's going to hurt your feelings to hurt, but save your
Lord.
life. You can program people for an apology. You can program people to take the weight. You can program people. It's risky business. It's a risk. When you program people after they've done things to you several times and you said, I forgive you. A selfish person will say, I won't do it again. Remember, the best apology is change behavior. If you see that behavior has not changed and they keep doing it, they'll let you know, I'm not going to change my behavior pattern. But you've told me that you would accept it because you didn't do anything to make me accountable. So what you have done is you have put an investment of unhealthy acceptance, and they're saying, you ain't going nowhere anyway.
Yeah.
You programmed me like this. What do you want me to change for? We got years in. You programmed me like this because you did not do anything to make me accountable for the way I treated you.
Amen.
People only receive the type of love they feel they deserve. So the question is, you feel like you deserve it? Because if you did not, you would have put a nail in that coffin a long time ago. You've programmed people to treat you in a toxic mannerism because it really is on you, not them. People only do what you allow.
If you try to solve it.
Period.
That's right. People only do what you allow. If you keep solving it, if you keep giving yourself to it, if you keep stretching yourself in it, then why should I?
Right.
In the earlier part, even of, me and my wife developing our relationship, there are things that there were habits that I was never accustomed to, ways of being treated I was never accustomed to.
Right.
Right? So at some point, I became accustomed to how she treated me in certain ways, but it started hindering because she started saying, hold up. I think this is how you said it, baby. I think I've enabled you right here. And it wasn't until she said it to me till I recognized, yeah, baby, I think I need to shift right there. So but see, do you see the healthiness? She was able to say that I've treated you a certain way. I know you love the way I treated you, but I believe I've enabled you. And because we have the type of relationship we have, I was like, well, you're right. I need to step it up right here. I need to step it up right here. So, but when you don't get that response, and you don't get that response over and over and over and over, then you have to do something different. Because at a certain point, my wife had to see the evidence that he heard what I said.
Yeah.
So if they haven't heard what you said and you keep doing it, then you're perpetuating the bad behavior.
Right. I think you really have to sit down and ask yourself, with the risky business, why did you take a risk for so long? Now, everyone that wants to be in love has to take a form of risk at some point. But some of you need to ask yourself, why did you stay in that? Why did you risk so much for so long? Sometimes people risk so much of themselves until they have nothing more to invest because you've allowed them to deplete you in more ways than one. I think fear is the Achilles heel behind it all. That despite people mishandling you, mistreating you, they feel like they don't have to because you've invested so much. They know that you've helped them. They know that you've had children with them. You know you was married.
They expect.
And so they have an expectation. Why? Because they know you.
Yeah.
They know that if I don't have to change. My ex told me this. Now this is my truth. It's raw, real, and uncut. I don't have to change. All I got to do is find someone else that will accept me just the way that I am.
Wow.
And that's what he said. So on that note, that's my truth now.
Wow.
So therefore, he was absolutely right. Ta-da. Wow. Now, I'm going to go back to what the young lady said. What she said was, how were we able to take a risk after going through what we have gone through? Easy. I'm going to share something with you. I do believe, and I know out of witness, that God can put two people together when there is purpose. Remember, as much as we did not like it, you know the Bible, the Lord told Hosea to marry the harlot. Despite the circumstances, he followed God because there was a reason for it.
He wanted to teach him
The
something.
Lord will put people together for a purpose.
Yes, Lord.
That's what he will do. Watch this. Even though Fred and my sister are best friends, we did not get together until our situations was over.
Yeah.
We didn't even meet. He married my sister. And I couldn't go to my sister's wedding because I was out of the country.
Her sister and her husband. Her husband.
Yeah, right. He married, right, yeah. Eric in Kenya, he married.
Yeah,
he married Eric in Kenya. And I couldn't go to Kenya's wedding because I was out of the country.
I would have met her.
Right. And we didn't meet each other.
Messed me up.
Right. I believe that if we would have met each other then, he said it would have messed him up. It was God's timing.
Yeah.
But watch this. There was a peace.
Yeah.
When we got together, there was a peace. Yeah. It did not sound like my past. It daggone sure did not look like my past. And I felt the peace in everything that we did. So it was easy to take a risk because he presented something that I'd never seen before. Yeah. He did not come in with a plethora of problems. He did not come in cantankerously or toxic. And he did not tell me from the door there was a problem. Right. Now watch this. I am not throwing anyone under the bus. I am speaking my truth. This is my truth. What do you do when someone from the door tell you who you are, who they are? Y'all sound pretty. You believe them. From my past, someone told me who they were from the door. Remember, risky business. I took the risk. I paid for it, but God is merciful. So I'm saying from the door, you got to sit instead of being, oh, he's so fine. Yeah. Oh, my gosh, you're so fine. Those, all your teeth, oh, your skin so nice. Oh, this real. Oh, so, instead of doing that, you sit down and you listen. Yeah. Listen to her. If she's telling you a whole bunch of problems, you got to say, why does she want me in her life? Does she looking for a SOS, a Superman? Wait. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Is she want to get laid? Yeah. It's true. It's true. Yeah. If she keep telling you about her bills and it's the 29th of the month, she just your friend on Friday? Yes. Wait a minute. Is she always fighting with her ex and you come around and then she said, oh, he coming over. He crazy. Open the door. Well, he ain't signed up for this. You have to ask yourself, it's the risky business. I'm going to say this and it's going to hurt. Some risky business that you get involved with is secretly, they're addicted to drugs. Ooh. But they hide it.
That's right.
So what happens if
alcohol.
You get involved with a drug addict?
Drugs or alcohol.
What you being shocked for? You being shocked for what? Because you knew he was a drug addict or she was a drug addict from the door. So don't get all upset because your wallet is missing. Don't get all upset because it's 9 o'clock in the morning. He got Patron, Hennessy, and whatever else it is they drinking.
Oh, they always need a couple of dollars from gas.
Right. What happens if you marry someone and they can't keep a job? And you find yourself always being at the end of the spectrum where you know what? He ain't doing not one thing. What happens if you dating a guy and he ain't got a place to stay? But you got your own place. And all of a sudden, he ain't got nowhere to go but your house. It's the risky business. What happens if you date somebody and they always in a fight? They go on from jail. Let me tell you something. I got involved with somebody. I wasn't with him for the first month and he got locked up. And they have nobody bail him out. And call me looking all crazy. Negro, I just met you. And you want me to get you out of jail over some parking tickets? Hold on, wait a minute. Yup. Sure did. Me and my dumb self got involved. Sure did. I ain't know you a good month and you got locked up. Are you serious? And so now he done gave his family my number because I'm the one he involved with. Get my father out of jail. Well, why can't you get him out of jail? Hold on. I ain't done. Risky business. Cell phone always getting cut off. Whoa. Why is your cell phone always getting cut off, son? I got a Metro PCS. Your bill is $25. Oh, y'all want to hear my side of the story. Risky business is you always getting your Metro PCS cutting off. Well, let me help you. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to help you pay the bill. Help me pay no bill. Got the cell phone in my name. See, I wasn't just, I was stupid at some point in my time. That's why I'm a relatable pastor. Oh, take click, tag, and share. We going deeper.
Yeah.
See, this is all risky business. Risky business is you don't have nowhere to stay. Well, come live with me. Mm-hmm. Risky business, you ain't got no food. Well, let me feed you. And so what happens when you're dating and when you're in a relationship, people are challenging you and plucking at your heartstrings to see what they can get. And what happens is you get married, you sign up, and it almost cost me my church. It almost cost me everything that I held dear because of risky business and being disobedient to what God says. I said, don't you dare touch it. Don't you dare get involved. Mm-hmm. And so what I'm saying is, Brianna Hampton said, Lord, when people tell you who they are, believe them. And you can avoid getting involved and taking a risk in business that God gave you to handle instead of getting involved with somebody that comes in your life and almost tear it up. Fred?
I think that when it came to us, I didn't feel like it was risky. Or it was feel like, I didn't really ever felt like it was risky business. Because it was like everything and I know this isn't normal, but like everything from the door, I didn't have anything to hide. Yeah. I presented everything that I was. I never presented anything that I wasn't. Yeah. If she had to take a risk, she already knew the risk that she was taking with me. Mm-hmm. There was more evidence that it wasn't a risk, even though I'm finna do this, but there was enough evidence that, this ain't finna shoot me in the foot. Right. So the thing about in taking a risk with someone, there should be enough evidence of their stability. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even though I'm taking a risk with you, just say that you are getting ready to take a risk with something with the person. Mm-hmm. But if they have a long record of stability, then you see that. But if everything done been from the door, you read something, ain't you? If everything, Jesus, if everything, that's that son acting crazy. If everything out the door has been crazy.
No, I'm going to tell you something. Don't judge me. This is my truth. You talking about risky business. God take care of two peoples. He take care of babies and fools.
We're going to don't eat that.
And we have been both.
Yeah.
Babies and fools. And we have been both. And I was a fool in my last relationship. Yeah. I knew that I was in trouble. When I went out with this joker and he couldn't afford a slice of pizza.
What he said, baby?
Let's buy one slice and cut it in half. Wait a minute. Father God, I'm so glad I'm free. Forgive me, Jesus. Forgive me. Risky business will cost you your life. Yeah. Risky business. This young man went up the timeline and he's a man. And this man just went up the timeline. He said, I'm tired of getting played.
Hey.
Most people are getting played.
You don't hear that from men often.
The man just went up the timeline. I don't know if he's single or not. Somebody better talk to him. He said, I'm tired of getting played. That's what he said.
Yeah, it happens.
Someone said, oh, MJ, you should have ran. I did. I got divorced. You have to understand, it is such a risk. But I promise you, you will be better off if you would sit down and look at Michelle, the pizza in the comment section.
I see a nigga.
Ain't she? It's better that you sit down and ask 1,000 questions. Ask why. My red flag should have been, why are you rushing to marry me with nothing? Y'all, that's one red flag. Another red flag is, why are you having so many problems? Another red flag is, I need to know your history. Matter of fact, let's give them an assignment. Mm-hmm. Write down red flags.
Yes, that's good, baby.
Write down your red flags.
From the door.
From the door.
From the door.
2,000 people have a watch party. Let's go deeper. Write down your red flags. Those red flags. Someone said, I'm hitting every nail on the head tonight. Those red flags are the risk that you potentially might take in anything that you do, business or relationship. Mm-hmm. Risky business. Risky business means that I am in the position of losing my mind, myself, my sanity, my stability, and for some of y'all, your health.
Some of y'all family.
And your family, because you're getting involved with a liability and not an asset. An asset is what can you add to my life of value, because I'm bringing something to the table. What is the value you're bringing? Before I get involved with you, before I don't even want to introduce you to anyone. I'm not even saying your name until I see the value that could potentially add to mine, and we can build an asset together.
And that value should come without you saying anything.
Yeah.
So if you have to prompt them or pry them on the value, or presenting a value, then 9 times out of 10, that's not the one.
Right.
You should see some value without being prompted. It should just be automatically.
Everybody put red flags in the comment section.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
You should automatically know right off the bat, that this person is an asset. This person does bring value to my life. This person is not a waste of my time. The one thing about me and my wife dating first offhand, we love to talk.
Yeah.
We love to spend time together. Even if it was by FaceTime on the phone, we didn't ever have. I don't think our first argument was we was 8 months, 10 months in.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't about us. It was because somebody from the outside.
Yeah.
It still ain't had nothing to do with us or our problem or anything having to do with us. So I mean, you'll see these things, but you have to respond to them right. If the red flags are coming, that you got more liability than asset, then you need to let it go.
Have a watch party. I want to read something what a young lady said. This woman said that she met a guy, and he took her to a Motel 6. I need everybody to put a red flag in the comment section. Red flags, red heart. Now, I have to ask you a question. What is it about that dialogue that got y'all to this place?
Come on, talk to me.
Because I got to ask you a question. If I had to talk to the single ladies, mentor the single ladies, or do whatever that swag Michelle's single
and how long?
does,
How
long were you guys talking
before that?
And what prompted him to make that suggestion to you?
Yeah. How long?
If she can go up the timeline, I would like to ask her that. How long were you talking, and what prompted him to just outright say that?
Because we ain't talking about that.
No, because why would she get it?
That wasn't a part of the conversation.
No, it wasn't. So my question to her was...
At all.
Yeah. So something prompted him. I'm going to tell all you ladies right now, I love y'all. But if I see one more butt-shaking challenge go up and down my timeline, I'm going to lose my mind up in here. There is so much more to us than rump shaking and back breaking. And I think you have to be very careful in your dialogue, not even having a conversation about sex.
Right.
Because you can't talk to someone and immediately they prompt you, let's go to the Motel 6. First of all, why the heck you even thinking about a Motel 6?
Yeah.
So I'm not even worth even. No, if you talking and you both are two consenting adults, that's a whole different story. One is so many red flags here. You talk about a Motel 6, so therefore he don't value to take you to the Ritz-Carlton. 2, if it's something that you both going to do is you consent to the adult, because even though we're pastors, we're realists. 2, consenting adult, why is a hotel involved? Because he has a family or you have a family. 3, I mean, I can go on about seeing the red flags. And so unequivocally, no. But in the great words of your pastor, hell no.
Yeah.
That's a conversation that you don't even have to entertain. And I pray to God you don't entertain him anymore. Put him on block. Boo boo.
If that's coming out and you guys just start dating.
Wow. Says what he thinks about.
And that is what's coming out. That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
The one thing, and I'll say this to the guy that says he tired of being played. You gotta see what you're putting out there. Well, you gotta ask yourself, what am I putting out there? Mm-hmm. You gotta ask yourself, how much time am I taking to study this person? Mm-hmm. Because we talking about risky business. If you done got played a couple of times, what are you putting out there from the door? Mm-hmm. How are you availing yourself to the door? And what kind of conversations are you having? Mm-hmm. Because conversations tells a lot about a person. So if you're getting played like that, then 9 times out of 10 is something that not just that those people were liars, because I'm going to tell you at the gate, I'm watching because first of all, there's a virtue that I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. See, I knew what I was looking for also, and I know my wife knew what she was looking for. Mm-hmm. You got to know what you're looking for. Now, if you just what we call playing any ball, where I'm just whoever I catch and whoever we come together, we just gonna try it out, then that's, but no, you should be at least looking for a particular type of person that has a particular type of virtue in their life that you can say, I am going to take the risk to be serious with this person.
Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes, and it's just like I was getting ready to say, the young lady went up the timeline, don't allow somebody to mishandle you, period. Yeah. And I'm not saying you got to walk around and you got to be angry and be like, who you think you're talking to? I'm just saying respectfully, I need to understand, and this is what I would say, I need to understand why would you even insult me?
Yeah.
Because it really is an insult. I'm just going to tell you what it is. It's an insult. It's an insult to your intelligence. It's an insult as you as a woman. And it's an insult to you as a ruby.
Yeah.
You're a ruby. Rubies, who can find a virtuous woman?
She's far more maturity.
Yeah. I think that and I'm going to say this to everyone, and may I say this as a married woman? Mm-hmm. Can we be mature in our dating life if you're going to do it as a single person? I think in everything, even if you're married, do things in a mature mannerism. Maturity is, I'm going to handle this in a reverential way, but I'm going to stand my ground in what I mean to say. Yeah. And I'm going to say, as a woman, you will respect me. Yeah. I think it's so much immaturity in the world today until people can't even agree to disagree. And I think maturity is something I'm so happy, even though I may joke around a lot, there's a level of me that's very mature. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I have not had successful relationship until now, is because unfortunately I got involved with people who are not mature. Because maturity to me is, I know what I can do and what I cannot do. And if I can't do it from the gate, I'm going to say, I won't be able to do that.
That's right.
And if you choose to get involved with me, you got to understand that you're not going to handle me a certain way. I'm going to help you as much as I can to get you to this place. But the mature thing is that you would oblige me and work with me and not against me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in dating and marriages, people have lost respect.
Most definitely.
It's a respect thing.
They're reading too much in the social media. You're reading too much in the social media.
Yeah, it's so gone. Respect is so gone today.
And respect for themselves, not just respect for the other person.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. I knew what I was looking for. I was looking for virtue. I was looking for respect.
Okay.
I was looking for a lady.
Yeah.
Let me just say this.
Thank you.
I wasn't looking for no hoe. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to be nasty. I'm trying to be ugly.
Right.
But I knew what I was looking for. And sometimes because we don't know what we're looking for, we keep putting ourselves in. And that can be, and when I say it, I won't say the word no more, but that can be a man or a woman. When you put yourself in a position with certain people, you should have some type of evidence that I can date this person.
Right.
I can give myself to this person. The person, whoever asked, so what was the risk after me and her came out of this situation? Because she's right. Whoever asked the question is a good question. Because both of us had been ran over.
Yeah.
And to take that chance again, it was a heck of a one. But there was something in the inside of me. Okay. And there was enough evidence through our conversations before we even met physically. There was enough. There wasn't no red flags.
Right. Right.
When I called, she picked up. When she called, I picked up. It wasn't no, hiding the phone. And you know how some people, they trying not to show you where they at. None of that. And there was none of that on either side. And whatever question, she could never ask me a question that I couldn't immediately answer.
Immediately, yeah.
And whether that question was about anything, even if it was a question about the ex, it was never it was never that. So when you have somebody and they're showing you the right evidence, then I can take a risk, and that's the reason why the risk that we took with each other, it paid off.
Ann just went up the timeline, and she said, "What do you do with a person that doesn't want to talk?" Well, Ann, so glad you asked me that question. Conversing or conversating or have a conversation, however you choose to say it, it means that I want to give you information, pertinent information, to decide if you and I can have anything. And so how am I to build something without the proper instructions given to me?
Right.
So if you have someone and they don't want to talk, why? If you have someone says they're not a talker, they lied. I'm going to tell you why. Let me help you. Let the phone ring and let the boss call. They'll have a conversation real quick. Let his mama call, or let one of the kids call.
Or one of his friends.
Or his friends. They'll have a conversation real quick. These two little things are eyes. Use them wisely. You can see if they want to have a conversation or converse with someone based upon who's on the phone. It might be he don't want to talk to you. And a lot of times they don't want to speak to you. And you got to be careful. Because sometimes if the person lies, they've got to go back on something they said. And they may not remember.
Yeah.
Or,
I don't even want to talk about
right,
that no more.
Or you're not important
defense
enough.
Mechanism.
Yeah, for me to build something because I'm not giving you the instructions you need to build something. So when you have someone and they don't want to talk, I choose not to be with someone that doesn't want to talk, because conversation is remember, I promise you the book is coming. A Needle in the Haystack will be dropped soon. In the book, it's going to teach you so much about just simple conversation. I have a chapter with sapiosexual. That's what my husband is. He loves conversation. It's stimulating. It's your mind is going bing, 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 ricochet rabbit. It's like, conversation, because it stimulates him.
Yeah.
Don't try. It's all right. I got that in the bag.
Only for one person.
Right. So sometimes what we'll do is we'll sit in the bed and we'll just converse. You know what I mean? So in the car, this is what it is. So whenever someone doesn't want to give you information, then they may be saying, I don't want to give you the instructions on how to handle me or how I think this should go, because there's no investment here.
Sometimes men stop talking because they don't know how to communicate what they really want to say to you.
Yeah.
And it could be something that they think is going to bother you. I think one of the worst things that men could do, and I know that I'll probably be talking to men a lot about this subject, is I know she going to get mad, but say it anyway. Yeah. Now, for me, that was a hard thing. I had to trust her enough to say, right. Because I mean, because it's a trust. It's a trust thing. I know she gonna get mad, but say it anyway. And I ain't talking about doing no crazy stuff. I'm just talking about a lot of times we try to avoid stuff because we don't want any quote unquote problems, or we don't want to quote unquote get in or talk about it, or whatever it may cause. But if this man is worth it, and he has come to this place where he is not talking, keep digging and find out why he is not talking. Because sometimes it's just that he doesn't want to say what he needs to say. Don't stay in something for years. Right. In a conversation that's never happening. Another
woman went up the timeline, and I want to address this really quick. This is in Someone said, is this every Monday? We try to do it every Monday. This is in my book that's getting ready to drop, A Needle in a Haystack. That's the next book. It's getting ready to drop. It should be out in May. There is a big difference between standards and settling. A huge difference. And a woman went up to the timeline. She said, I shouldn't have to lower my standards. Most people don't know what those standards are.
Yeah.
Because they can't differentiate between what is a standard and what is settling. And so you have to learn that. I need you guys to understand that there is a very big difference. I think sometimes when you're taking a risk and getting into anything, there is a risk in love. Yeah. There's a risk in business. There's a risk in childbearing. There's a risk in divorce. There's a risk going outside. There's a risk driving down the street. Life is a risk.
It's a risk.
Period. But I think when you can put yourself in a perspective of love, if you're going to have it, you must take a risk. But you got to be careful what you risk and what you lose in developing anything on the standards of having a relationship.
And does the other person see it as a standard?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something that was mind-blowing, and I think we were talking about this yesterday. A man put it on Facebook, and we're going to talk about this, and we're going to get off here because it's going to hurt some people. He said, I could be with a woman for 8 years and be looking for my wife. In fact, he was with a woman for 8 years and was looking for his wife. That's a risk. The risk is for everybody involved. Ooh, look at them comments. Look at the emojis. The emojis just ooh. Look at see these emojis going up the timeline. Look at them. Y'all all shocked. People do it every day.
You know what I said after my wife told me that?
Every day they do it.
You know what I said?
I'm listening, Apostle.
I said,
look at them
a
emojis. Man
knows what he wants.
Look at them emojis.
It doesn't take him that long.
Wow. So the risk is you could be with somebody, a man can be with a woman for years and be looking for his wife. Why does this happen, Fred?
It happens because, and I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but if a man really wants you, he ain't gonna let you get away. He gonna do what he gotta do to if that's married, that's whether because some of these excuses I heard some of myself. I was married before and I don't want to do it again, right? So you stand with this joker and you done been with him over 5-6 years. He ain't married. But I've also seen these situations where that same dude left that situation and went and married somebody else after he said he ain't never want to marry nobody else again. A man knows what he wants. My wife knew from the door. Now, I'm getting ready to say something. Because I said it. And I've heard it before. And I never thought that I would say it. But I told her, I said, you my wife.
Yeah. And then he took me to the jewelry store and told me to pick out any ring I wanted.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Yeah. And I talked to Jesus in that store.
Yeah. So
she said, okay. Can I say it? So we went to go pick the ring. Now proof is in the pudding. But she went, I said, baby, go and pick your ring out. I'm all happy. I'm over here at this case. Because this case right here, I can knock this case on quick. The carrots in this case, I can deal with it. She said, oh, no. I want to go over here.
Go over there.
The carrots in that case, I was going to have to work, but I would have to put some showing up time in.
Well, praise God for the time. Amen.
But when she said she wanted it, and I knew she had an expectation, and I ain't trying to be funny, but I did say, Lord, I need this here to happen. And he did it. Why? Because she had an expectation. And she didn't lower her standard. Now, I'm pretty sure if I'd have said something, she probably would have said, well, no. But I stayed right with it. I kept my faith there because when a man wants a woman, he will show and prove that he wants her,
Right.
even if it feels like it's something that he can't do within his own power.
Right, right. Well, thank God, amen. Glory. This is what I said when we had that dialogue about a man could be with a woman for years and be looking for his wife. She is what you call a time waster. This is gonna hurt. If a man is with a woman for years and he has not married her, you, my dear, is what you call the time waster. You're filling up that space. You're a filler. You're a temporary filler until he finds what he really desires. No man in his right mind would do that to a woman. And no woman in a right mind would allow the man to do that to her. What you do, okay, are they crying, Fred? I think I hurt somebody's feelings.
That was
I'm
a big
sorry.
one, baby.
I'm sorry. But I have to help you because this is what we're supposed to do. Right? We have to help you. You're a filler. You're a time waster. What you are is you are holding him together while he saves his money to buy her ring. What you do is you help him financially become all that he can be in his army until he does everything that he needs to do for her. Because you believe he can change. Because you said he will change. And because you love him so much, you avoid the red flags. And so what happens one day, you go on Facebook or Instagram, or you hear it through the grapevine that he got married. But he has to break up with you first.
Yeah.
So everything that you've invested now becomes a moot point.
Yeah.
Because you are not a factor anymore.
Or you done broke up with him, but it was still his invention that you did it.
Yeah. That is what you call, my dear, risky business. Is when you avoid all of those things when you could have stood up and say, hold on, wait a minute. What he does is he realizes you ain't going nowhere, that you've invested in me, and you will wait, and you will let me mishandle you, and you will allow me to do everything. Oh, I don't have the rent this month. I don't have the mortgage. Oh, I can't help you. But he'll go put a ring on someone else's finger with everything that he said he couldn't do for you. He's taken that investment and invested it in what he really wanted. That's why you got to come out of the cloud and watch the red flag and hear the warning sounds. And my Lord, people are crying. Yeah. I'm sorry. I love you. And I promise you, we're going to get better as a people if you click, tag, and share. But it happens every day. It's a risk associated with people. And you know they're not good for you, but you stay anyway. I would love for you to go get counseling and sit on the couch and say, why am I connected to something that's a liability? Why do I feel like I have to be here if this person is
your
not...
heart tell you.
Yeah, your heart will tell you.
Heart don't lie to you.
Yeah. Anyway, I think someone said that hurts. It's okay. I know.
That part right there.
Yeah, it's not even worth the risk. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not worth the risk. And I think you have to ask yourself, why are you allowing a liability to run hell and havoc in your life? Do you not think that you're worth it? Do you think that no one else is going to want you? That's a lie from the pit of hell. But I promise you, it's a risk. You want a risk in someone that is willing to take a risk for you. It simply means is you want someone. It was easy for me to, despite what I went through, take a risk with my husband. And likewise he. Yeah. It's because we had nothing to lose. We were at the point where we lost everything already.
Yeah.
Right, babe?
Yeah.
We had been through so much and stabbed multiple times. We had lost so much already. Yeah. And so at this point, the Lord made it so easy because he came to me with assets. Mm-hmm. And I came with him with assets. And there was a peace in the risk. Mm-hmm. It was a peace. And it's like you got to realize when a person really wants to be with you, they'll take all their cards and put them on the table, and they will be factual. They'll be true.
And it's blowing us, it's even blowing us away now because we're starting to see even greater levels of us coming together that we didn't see.
Yeah, yeah.
But God knew what He was doing.
Yeah. I think that when you take a risk,
Yeah.
and you find yourself losing, there are people who were in relationships and you lost businesses.
Yeah.
God will restore it. There are people who've been in relationships and you lost your house and you got to give up your house. God will restore. It's people who have been in relationships and you've lost so many things. God said the years that the palmer worm and the cankerworm ate, He will restore unto you. And He is restoring your broken heart. He's restoring all that you lost. And if you let Him, He'll give you back then and that and then some. What He has given back me and Fred is beyond what the eyes can see and the ears can hear.
Yeah.
It's beyond what you could ever imagine, because we took a risk on the person that never let us down first.
Yeah. And we found peace in our purpose.
And then we found peace in our purpose. That means
peace in our purpose.
I think we even looked at each other and said, we're going to heal each other.
Yeah. And we have been.
Yeah. We're going to.
Yeah. And it's scary.
Yeah. You ever saw, and we're going to hurry up. You ever saw, we were watching, I got to tell you some private stuff. We love cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
I like cartoons, and Fred likes cartoons. And we were watching Emperor's New Groove. Remember that?
Yeah.
We were watching Emperor's New Groove, and the llama fell. The llama, Cuscos, who was the king at the time, remember when he fell? And the pauper, the poor guy that he was going to build his house on, they fell. And what they did is when they fell, he said, now what we got to do is we got to work together.
Yeah.
Or we both going to die. So Cuscos, he went like this, remember, baby? And you go to the back. So what Cuscos did, turn the back. Why you always trying to feel Kev? You're such a perv. So that's the joke we have. So what they did on the Emperor's New Groove, Cuscos was this way, and the pauper was that way. And so he said, what we got to do is we got to know. He said, you got to lock arms. So they lock arms like this. And when they lock arms, they took their legs and they begin to use the force of each other's back to climb up the mountain and give them both strength for both of them to get out of the situation so they both could die.
Yeah.
That's how you take a good risk. It means when both of us has lost something and we can't afford to lose anything else, that if we're going to do this, we're going to become a unit and we're going to save each other.
We're going to work to get out of this tight place together.
And that's what they did. Cuscos and the guy, they just went back to back and they locked arms and they climbed up the mountain together because they said, if we don't work together, we're going to die. And I think you've got to watch a person that comes into your life, because what they're saying is, I'm either going to kill you financially, mentally, spiritually, or we going to lock hands together and we going to work together to pull each other up to make something great. And that's how it is.
That's it.
That's it.
That's good, baby.
I can't.
What?
I really can't.
We love you guys.
We got a hidden, unspoken language with each other. So
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
just what it is. You guys have got to look at each other, and anybody you're involved with, anyone you want to get involved with, anyone that, I don't care who it is. It could be a friend.
Yeah.
Is your friend an asset? Is your friend a liability?
Oh, that's good, baby.
Is your friend an asset? Is your friend a liability? Is your friend going to help you, or they're going to hurt you?
Are they a plus or a minus?
Yeah, it is risky business. And one of the things that I am telling you guys in this season, you better be careful who comes in your life. You better ask him that $1 million question. Why are you here?
Why are you
What
here?
do you want to do? Because people will come in your life and tear it apart and get mad at you because you said, you're not going to do this to me anymore.
Or take, and get mad at you because you don't want to give no more.
That's a liability. That's a liability. An asset is saying, how do I not just help you? How do we help each other? All right? Well, that's coupling. The kids are looking at me because they want
hungry.
to eat crabs.
They're ready to go. It's time for us to go.
I'm not eating crabs tonight.
She don't eat crabs.
No.
I eat crabs.
I know you eat crabs. Let me tell you something. Fred is from... Let me tell you something. Fred is the only person I know that you could go over to him and say, I got crabs. And he'd be happy. And people be like, what do you mean? You say, Fred, I got crabs. He'd be like, yeah. When you just looking like, don't you need to go to the doctor, the gynecologist, the OBGYN, something? He loves crabs that much. I've never seen someone that loves crabs the way my husband do. It's the Floridian thing.
Probably.
It is. So let's go get you some crabs.
We wish you all the best.
Yeah, we want you to win.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we want you to win. We want you to win. We want you to win. We want our single ladies and our single gentlemen. We want you guys to find each other. We want you guys to have love, life, and longevity. We want you guys to win. And when you are out here, you have to ask that question. Are you an asset to me or a liability? And if it is, this is risky business that I, my dear, cannot invest one more yen. I cannot invest one more dime, my time, my peace of mind, my strength, and everything that I have. I'm sorry. I won't be able to invest in this. Got it? All right. Let's get her. Let's get her done. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Let's get her done.